Hello, I'm Lindsay Stein, the consumer reporter at PRWeek's conference at the Century Centers in New York City. Joined with me today is Lisa Caputo, the EVP of Marketing and Communications of the Travelers Companies, who just did a panel on Beyond Communications. Thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
So during the panel, you discussed how digital is becoming more and more important for financial companies. Can you tell me a little bit about what Travelers is doing in the digital space?
Sure. Well, I won't give away the trade secrets, but one of the things we're doing is really looking at partnerships, digital partnerships, and how we can build scale through perception in digital partnerships. And we're at a great partnership right now with the Weather Company. The Weather Company owns the Weather Channel and weather.com and various other properties, and you can well imagine that that was an important place for us to be partnered during Storm Sandy. We have a great partnership with them where we are a part of what they call My Friends Weather, which is using the open Facebook graph such that a person or an agent, an insurance agent, can track their friends who may be in a storm path coming up the coast, for example. And our content, you heard in that panel discussion the importance of content. Our content is very prominent on the weather.com site, and you can click a link to our content and put it right into your Facebook environment if you're part of My Friends Weather. So that's been a very exciting partnership for us there, and with some other things that they're doing. And you know, digital, it's where people are going today. I mean, you look at so many consumers and their lives center around their mobile device. And it's really important that companies think about being present on those mobile devices in new and interesting ways that will engage people and engage businesses. It's also more cost effective. It's more cost effective to be marketing in the digital domain than, say, for example, to do large media buys in traditional media. That's not to say that you don't do those. You do. You want to have an integrated 360 approach that combines your paid, owned, earned, and shared channels.
Absolutely. And going off of Hurricane Sandy, I remember in the panel you mentioned that Travelers had donated $800,000.
Yes.
Is that to hurricane relief? That's great.
Yes.
And you mentioned that CSR is important. So
yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I think, corporate social responsibility is a term we all use, but it really is about a company's commitment, to the communities where they operate, where their employees live, and then just broadly speaking, a commitment to doing the right thing, whether it's for your customers, be they business or consumers, for the right public policy. In our case, we're greatly advocating to address the fiscal crisis that the country's in, or if it's also just giving back to the community at large. And for us at Travelers, education is really our passion in terms of our give back through our philanthropy and back to our communities. And we have a number of educational programs that are great successes where we help train the next generation of young people and make sure that they have the tools they need to enter the workforce. So I think that community social responsibility, if you want to call it that, it can be called anything, but really a commitment, I would say, to community give back is incredibly important to building a brand. It's a pillar of a brand, and it's part of how you position a company and a brand in the marketplace.
And in terms of Travelers' brand, the workforce, you mentioned the player coach philosophy.
Yes.
I've never heard that before, so tell me a little bit about that.
So I have a philosophy as I've just gone about bringing new talent into our organization, and I really am looking for people who are very versatile. I call them a player coach. What does that mean? It means they're seasoned executives who can lead and can manage organizations, be mentors to younger people, and set strategy for their respective disciplines, but who also will roll up their sleeves and execute against those strategies. And that's an example for the young people that they may be managing, for their entire organization to see an executive be a player coach, right, which is to do both legs of the stool, meaning the strategy and the execution, the big picture and the tactics, is really important, because I think you always want versatile people in an organization. You don't want to get top heavy, and you want people who are going to come in and really do the job and put the nose to the grindstone. So you want the combination of creativity and big ideas and big thinking, and that thinking going into a strategic plan, and then you want the tactical execution against that plan, and you want to be able to lead people in the direction that your plan has set forth.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, and thank you for being on our panel.
My pleasure. It was great.